Welcome to Huge F, your ticket to the past. Here you'll see rare, forgotten, and sometimes shocking photographs. Each picture tells a story. Marilyn Monroe, without her signature smile, 1957. The Highway of Death, officially known as Highway 80. This is the result of U.S. forces bombing Iraqi forces. 1991. Broadway, New York, on a rainy day in 1859. Baseball player Satchel Paige, looking dapper. Harlem, 1941. The Beatles waiting to make history in 1969. Louis and Lola, Titanic survivors, circa 1912. California Street, San Francisco, 1964. Dean Martin, Jerry Lewis, and Marilyn Monroe, 1953. Coca-Cola advertisement, 1956. At the Puerto Rican Day Parade, New York, 1963. The Kaaba, Mecca, in 1889. Pacific Southwest Airlines. Stewardesses, 1972. Zsa Zsa Gabor and Buster Keaton at the Moulin Rouge, 1959. Winter, toward the Eiffel Tower, 1948. Walt Disney with the fawn Bambi that was kept as a pet at the Walt Disney Studios and studied by the artists, 1942. Party Girls, Paris, 1966. New York fashion in the 1950s. Frank Sinatra, Surrounded by Fans, circa 1943. Eugen Cernan upon entering the lunar module after EVA-3 of Apollo 17, becoming the last man on the moon. This is the Statue of Liberty, under construction in Paris in 1884. Braniff International Airways, 1970s. How Real Men Shave, 1940s. Eiffel Tower under construction in July, 1888. The Nile by the Giza Pyramids, Egypt, 1927. Set of The Breakfast Club. Jackie Chan and Jet Li. Paul McCartney photo bombing. Edmond Guidons, Dances at the Moulin Rouge, 1926. Hikers on a Natural Rock Bridge on Mount Rainier, Washington, 1963. The Who, 1968. Bon Scott, lead singer of AC/DC, 1974 to 1980, died 36 years ago today. Economy class on Pan Am, 747 in the late 60s. Vintage Halloween photo. Bonnie and Clyde's car, after they were killed, 1934. Before alarm clocks were affordable, knocker-ups were used to wake people early in the morning. UK, around 1900. One of the last photos taken on the Titanic. Children running through Gate of Sleeping Beauty's castle at the opening day of Disneyland, 1955. Bonnie Parker and Clyde Barrow, circa 1933. The couple whose crime spree captivated Depression's-era America. Michael Jackson, Kevin Connolly, and Leonardo DiCaprio, 1998. U.S. military tanks parade near the Capitol building in Washington, D.C., 1947s. A baby jaguar in the nursery of the Bronx Park Zoo, New York, 1950s. Sonny, Cher, and Twiggy, 1967. '50s cool. Gun safety instruction in Indiana, 1956. Chorus girl singer Linda Lombard, backstage getting ready for show in New York City, 1949. Coney Island, 1905. Gene Wilder and Peter Ostrom on the set of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, 1971. Paris. Audrey Hepburn and Grace Kelly backstage at the Oscars. Children read a Sylvan Drew Circus billboard, 1931. Keith Richards, James Brown, and John Belushi, 1980. Some Like It Hot, 1959. Young lovers embrace at Arc de Triomphe in Paris, 1960. Young Leonardo DiCaprio and Tobey Maguire. Audrey Hepburn walking her dog. A thylacine, or Tasmanian tiger, in captivity, circa 1930. The last thylacine died in captivity in 1936. Neon signs on Fremont Street in Las Vegas, 1955. On this day, in 1965, was the state funeral of Sir Winston Churchill. Times Square, 1954. Building of the Atomium in Brussels for the World's Fair of 1958. Buzz Aldrin in the first ever space selfie during an EVA on the Gemini 12 mission in 1966. Sydney, Australia in 1930. A rare negative reveals Times Square, NYC, in color, circa 1948. Sunbathing beside a pool in Charlotte, North Carolina, 1941. Extras relaxing on the set of Cleopatra, circa 1963. Michael Jackson and brothers Jackie, Marlon, Tito, and Jermaine straddle their motorbikes by the pool, 1970. Last four couples in a dance marathon, Chicago, circa 1930. Texas Track Club of Abilene, 1964. This photo was part of a Sports Illustrated shoot in 1964. Locals relax by the tulip fields along the canal in Haarlem, the Netherlands, 1931. Toronto skyline circa 1930. Angelina Jolie, her mother, Marceline Bertrand, and brother James, 1977. Russian soldier playing an abandoned piano, Chechnya, circa 1994. Two men at Greyhound Bus Terminal, New York City, 1947. Andy Warhol buying Campbell's soup at Gristed's Supermarket on 2nd Avenue, 1964. Japanese merchant in 1901. Twiggy in a newspaper dress in London, 1967. Disneyland opening day, 1955. Listening to music, 1960s. The dressing room at the Moulin Rouge, 1924. Debbie Harry, 1978. Marilyn Monroe, 1962. Photograph by George Barris. Beverly Hills High classmates show off their fashions, 1969. Marlon Brando with his cat, 1954. President Bill Clinton misses the ball while playing football on the beach in South Carolina, 1993. A soldier playing the violin on a tank in Trafalgar Square, 1917. Baby Leonardo DiCaprio with his mom and dad, 1976. Michael Jackson, makeup for Thriller. Helen Mirren, 1975, bearing a striking resemblance to Jennifer Lawrence. Elvis and Priscilla Presley with Lisa Marie, 1968. Barcelona, Spain, 1959. Photograph by Bert Glynn. The aftermath of the London Blitz, 1940. Baseball in the back alleys of Washington, D.C., circa 1940. Skating in the 1970s. Grace Kelly at 19 years old, 1949. Captain Thomas H. Garrahan raises the U.S. flag out a window in Bitchot, France, 1945. Dorm life in the 1970s. Two women hikers resting on a camping trip, 1907. Niagara Falls without water, 1969. Operation Baby Lift, 1975. Over 3,300 Vietnamese orphans evacuated by air to the United States and other countries. One Times Square under construction, 1903. Ava Gardner and Frank Sinatra on their wedding day, 1951. A lamplighter doing his rounds, London, 1962. The McCartney Family, 1976. The making of Back to the Future 3. Marilyn Monroe photographed by Milton Green, 1956. New York in 1931. An underwater nuclear test being conducted during Operation Dominic in the Pacific coast off California, 1962. Cowboy Clarence H. Long playing with kittens at Rancher's House, 1949. Charlton Heston as Moses in The Ten Commandments, Drive-In Theater, Salt Lake City, Utah, 1958. Soldiers sang goodbye to their families, circa 1940s. Anne Margaret on a Triumph, from the movie The Swinger, 1966. (1961) Buick Flamingo with swiveling passenger seat. U.S. President Wilson formed by 21,000 soldiers at Camp Sherman. Motorists pass people on a scenic road atop a cliff near Trieste, Italy, 1956. Carriage Ride, New York, 1953. Princess Diana dancing with John Travolta at a White House gala dinner, 1985. A camel on a camel in Western Australia, 1916. German-born theoretical physicist Albert Einstein was born on this day in 1879. Fashion for 17 magazine, February, 1972. 2 lumberjacks, and a big tree in the Pacific Northwest, 1915. Skateboarders in San Francisco, 1977. Expressions at the moment, Ohio's Mary Fitzpatrick, left, is announced as Miss Teenage America, 1971. Sailing into Fuji, Japan, circa 1920. Stunning, though there has likely been some manual manipulation by the artist. A young Barack Obama enjoying time on the beach with his grandfather, Stanley Armour Dunham, 1963. New York City, 1958. Three boys pose for the camera in Kingston, Jamaica, 1974. Frank Sinatra and Grace Kelly. London, 1960s. Kiss Me, I'm Irish. Billy Goodman cuddles up to Eileen Virginia Dolan during a St. Patrick's Day parade, 1945. Two Fishermen and a Boy, and Spideal, Ireland, 1913. Another by Marguerite Mespoulet and Madeleine Mignon Alba. Midnight Kiss by Matt Weber, 1989. The Human Statue of Liberty. 18,000 men were used for this photo. Iowa, 1918s. A self-portrait of Linda, Paul, and Mary McCartney, 1969. Linda was a professional photographer prior to meeting Paul. A woman hits a neo-Nazi with her bag, Sweden, 1985. Her mother was in a concentration camp. Photo by Hans Runeson. Young Justin Timberlake and Ryan Gosling. Nagasaki, 20 minutes after the atomic bombing in 1945. The Brigitte Bardot. Thousands celebrate the end of World War I in Philadelphia, November 11th, 1918. Possibly the most 90s picture ever. Will Smith playing Nintendo wearing Nike Airs. Note the Mariah Carey CD, too. Two girls play on a slide on the second day of integrated classes at Thomas J. Semmes School in New Orleans, 1962. Marilyn Monroe and Sammy Davis Jr. on the set of How to Marry a Millionaire in 1953. The Brady Bunch meet the Jacksons, 1971. Autochrome of women in Bohemian Esco dress, Paris, circa 1905. Diane Keaton and Al Pacino on set for The Godfather, 1972. A Girl Looking at the Ruins of the Warsaw Ghetto, 1946. The Isolator, a helmet invented in 1925 that encourages focus and concentration. An evening aboard Kirov-class cruiser, Kalinin. The Soviet Pacific Fleet at Vladivostok, 1955. Grace Kelly, 1956. A little girl having fun pretending to talk on the telephone, Japan, 1958. Happy birthday to Steven Tyler of Aerosmith, 68 today. Princeton sophomores pose after a brutal snowball fight, 1893. Photochrome postcard of a bustling Mulberry Street in Manhattan at the heart of Little Italy, circa 1890s. The unbroken seal on a shrine in Tutankhamun's tomb, 1922, untouched for 3,245 years. A field turns from orange to green as harvesters pick marigold flowers in Los Mochis, Mexico, 1967. Parisians' bar patrons try Coca-Cola for the first time when it makes its way to France in 1950. Two teenage couples stand proudly next to a flashy Trans Am in Brooklyn summer, 1982. Audrey Hepburn on her bike with a dog in the basket, 1964. Niagara Falls frozen over. This picture postcard was purportedly taken in 1911, although that date is in dispute. Japanese woman combing her hair, 1865. Daytona Beach, Florida, 1957. Students dancing at the Mariemont High School prom, 1958. Sneaking a kiss through the Berlin Wall. Julie Newmar as Catwoman, 1966. Yosemite National Park, 1915. Crossing the Street, New York City, 1959. A policeman rips the American flag away from 5-year-old Anthony Quinn, Mississippi, 1965. Young brothers Barry, Robin, and Maurice, later known as the Bee Gees, 1959. Apple's clothing line, 1986, from the Apple collection. Grace Kelly on a beach in Jamaica, 1955. Michael Jackson and Paul McCartney doing the dishes, 1983. Couple on a subway, New York City, 1946. A gorgeous hand-tinted photograph of Jerusalem from 1914. MJ after winning a championship on Father's Day, in his first full season, back in the NBA after his father's death. Londoners seek shelter during World War II in the Aldwych tube station, 1941. The Runaways, 1977. Big J. McNeely, driving an LA crowd wild, 1953. American civil rights protester, 1960s. Audrey Hepburn and Gregory Peck playing cards on the set of Roman Holiday, 1953. Colorized by Lorna Clark. Gertrude Adairlie, first woman to swim across the English Channel, covered in lard to protect her from the cold, 1926. American airman Dewey Wayne Waddell, held prisoner in Vietnam, 1967. Queen Elizabeth II views the 2,000-year-old terracotta warriors during a visit to Xi'an, China, 1986. The last photo of Hachiko, the dog who waited for his master's return each day for 9 years until he too passed away. Jessica Lange, 1976. Annie Oakley, with a gun Buffalo Bill gave her, 1922. Debbie Harry, Coney Island, 1977. Chichen Itza, Mexico, before cleaning and restoration, 1892. Goodyear's illuminated tires that were developed in 1961, but never went into production. The Royal Air Force in Egypt, 1942. Paul McCartney, 1970. A platform of Queen's Road, London Underground Station, shortly after it opened circa 1900. Assembly line with 1958 Chevrolets in 1957. Beastie Boys hanging out in Washington Square Park, 1986. Michael Jackson telling his monkey bubbles to sit down in sign language. Opening ceremony at Woodstock with Swami Satchidananda, giving the opening speech, 1969. View of Mount St. Helens erupting from Portland, Oregon, 1980. Unemployed lumber worker, circa 1939. Flea, Ketis, and Slovak in the late 70s. The Hell of Serrapilata Mines, a large gold mine in Brazil, circa 1986. The Beatles on the Beach in 1963. Residents of West Berlin show children to their grandparents on the east, circa 1961s. The house that Donald Trump couldn't buy, New Jersey, 1991. Burt Reynolds, with half a mustache after Steve Martin dared him to shave it off, 1978. Chernobyl's destroyed nuclear reactor building after the disaster 30 years ago today. James Dean in a coffee shop. Photograph by Dennis Stock. Air hostess and steward. Serving Scandinavian country-style buffet. SAS Scandinavian Airlines, 1969. Prince defeats Charlie Murphy in basketball, 1970s. California, 1960s. Afghanistan, 1960. Breakfast with Jack Nicholson, Saint Tropez, 1979. A woman sits in a wagon reserved for white people to protest. Apartheid, South Africa, 1952. Shaq carrying Bill Gates. Two waiters serve steel workers' lunch on a girder above the Waldorf Astoria Hotel on Park Avenue, New York City, 1930. Aerial view of Woodstock, 1969. The Beautiful Order of Barcelona, Spain. Hong Kong, Venice, 1962. Robert Downey Jr. and Sarah Jessica Parker in 1983. A Turkish man makes a new home out of a tree in the ruins of Alaşehir, Turkey, 1923. World War II pinup girl, Margie Stewart, visiting troops in Reims, France, in June 1945. Carrie Fisher, circa late 70s, early 80s. Midtown Manhattan and the Empire State Building at dusk, 1930s. A black policeman protects a KKK member as protesters were closing in on them at a rally in Austin, Texas, 1983. Steven Spielberg, examining a scale model on the set of Raiders of the Lost Ark, 1980. Women's bathing suits, Vogue, 1957. Anita Ekberg being fitted into a costume, Hotel Commodore, 1955. Queue on the opening day of the first McDonald's in Moscow, 1990s. Olivia Newton-John and John Travolta, 1978. London girls protesting for mini-skirts, 1966. A geisha with a katana in an odori costume, circa early 1900s. A gardener mowing the grass at Stonehenge, circa 1950s. A 21-year-old Pamela Anderson during her stint as the Blue Zone Girl for Labatt Beer, 1989. Bruce Willis, 1989. Bandaging the wounded ear of Jasper, a mine-detecting dog in Bayeux, France, 1944. Robert Falcon Scott's Antarctic expedition in the 1910s. AC/DC, London, 1976. New York City, 1957. Cowgirl Raquel Welch, 1970. A Red Army soldier with his kitten. Growing Up, photographed by Robert Duano. Dolly Parton on stage in the 1960s. Marilyn Monroe, 1962. That was today's journey into the past. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to subscribe. There are so many more forgotten stories waiting to be uncovered.